Mabuhay at magandang hapon, buenas tardes, bon pomeriggio, bonjour à tout le monde, good afternoon everyone, and welcome to Bersong EuroPinoy. I'm Dr. Danny Laurel and I'm your host for this year's edition of this much anticipated Word Fest. This is presented by the European Union delegation to the Philippines together with the embassies of the Czech Republic, France, Hungary, Instituto Cervantes de Manila, the Philippine-Italian Association, Poland, and the Linangan sa Imahen, Retorika at Anyo or Lira. Bersong EuroPinoy is just one of the many events that are part of Viva Europa 2020. This is a month-long cultural event to celebrate the founding of the European Union. That is the 9th of May to be exact, and to highlight the friendship and the partnership between the European Union and the Philippines. I would also like to acknowledge joining us on this stream and greeting the Dehu family from Georgia, as well as the Taylor family streaming in from Brussels. Good evening. Before anything else, let's hear a few words from the Charge d'Affaires ad interim of the EU delegation to the Philippines, Mr. Thomas Weersing.
Mabuhay! I'm pleased to welcome you to the first ever virtual poetry recital, Bersong EuroPinoy, under our Viva Europa umbrella. While this is the first virtual recital, it is already the EU's 7th edition. It was started in 2009 under the framework of Dia del Libro of the Instituto Cervantes. We are proud to say that Hungarian ambassador and the Polish embassy's charge d'affaires, as well as the daughter of the Czech ambassador, colleagues from France, Italy, Spain, and the EU delegation, together with multi-awarded Filipino poets Muki, Alma, and friends from Lira, have come together for this recital. I also like to recognize that we have a special number from soprano Mary Louise Alcantara. Thank you so much for your participation. Why poetry? Because we believe in the power of words and how these words, when merged with rhythm, evoke powerful reactions and feelings among the people who would read, listen, or watch. Poetry means a lot to different people. For Pablo Neruda, poem is an act of peace, which is very much aligned with why the EU was created. T.S. Eliot, on the other hand, said that genuine poetry can communicate before it is understood. For me, Johann Wolfgang von Goethe and his writings certainly taught me a lot about life. We see Bersong EuroPinoy as a platform where words and languages can symbolize the contributions of uniting people despite differences, strengthening intercultural understanding and people-to-people links. It's my hope that you will enjoy the recital and that you will feel the values of solidarity, strength, hope, and positivity. Salamat po, and keep on reading.
Thank you so much for that very inspiring message, Mr. Thomas Weersing. Now let's get on with our very special presentation this year, as of course Bersong EuroPinoy goes online via live streaming. Guys, I do suggest to stay with the program because we will be having some games and prizes as well later on. So very exciting program, and we're just getting started. So perhaps it's really just fitting that we start with something quite close to our hearts. This is a piece written by none other than our own national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal. Here is Mi Último Adiós leído por el First Counselor del EU Delegation a Nuestras Islas Filipinas, el señor Rafael de Bustamante.
I've read a lot about the Philippines, and I've been especially struck by the work of Jose Rizal, your national hero. Mi Último Adiós is a striking piece that he wrote just before being executed. I'm going to read you a few stanzas of these wonderful last words of José Rizal. Adiós, patria dorada, región del sol querida, perla del mar de oriente, nuestro perdido Edén. A darte voy alegre la triste, mustia vida, y fuera más brillante, más fresca, más florida, también por ti la diera por tu bien. Mi patria idolatrada, dolor de mis dolores, querida Filipinas, oye el postrer adiós. Ahí te dejo todo, mis padres, mis amores. Voy donde no hay esclavos, verdugos ni opresores, donde la fe no mata, donde el que reina es Dios. Adiós, padres y hermanos, trozos del alma mía, amigos de la infancia en el perdido hogar. Las gracias que descanso del fatigoso día. Adiós, dulce extranjera, mi amiga y alegría. Adiós, queridos seres, morir es descansar.
Thank you very much. Muchísimas gracias, señor Rafael de Bustamante, por esa interpretación maravillosa de esta obra muy amada y también bien conocida por nuestro héroe nacional, el doctor José Rizal. Now, just as a trivia, it's beautiful to hear it in its native Spanish, but this poem has actually been translated into more than 40 languages. Our next reader hails from the Czech Republic, and she is only 9 years old. Now, as a mother myself, this makes me very proud to see young children loving the letters. Now, here to read The Crystal Spring by Josef Václav Šládek, please welcome Dora Sediva.
Znám křišťálovou studánku. Znám křišťálovou studánku, kde nejhlubší je les, tam roste tmavý kapradí a vůkol rudý vřes. Tam ptáci laně chodí pít pod javorový kmen, ti ptáci z dne bílého vylaněn na cvět. Když usnou lesy hluboké a kolem ticho jest, a nebesa i studánka jsou plny zlatých hvězd.
Thank you so much, Dora. Your mom must be so proud of you. I would be too. And I'm not very surprised that you are very adept at languages and the letters. Her mother, of course, is none other than Her Excellency, Ambassador Jana Sediva of the Czech Republic. Our next reader is a multi-awarded writer and poet right here in the Philippines, having authored 4 books, 2 of which are poetry collections. She has also received the 2 most prestigious local awards, the Philippine Free Press, as well as the coveted Carlos Palanca Memorial Award. Here to read her original piece entitled On Breathing, please welcome Miss Muki Katigbak La Cuesta.
Breathe. The world is teaching us how not to with our N95s. Our fear of skin glancing over the back counter, the cubicle, the uncooked meat. It's a luxury to breathe. A pact with God, a dare with luck. I touch you fearing death, you touch me fearing love. I remember entire fields, wild tracts of air kindling our breath. We touch with a touch of innocence, their lives stretched out ahead of them, while we love with half of ours. You give me corrupted air, I give you my wasted hands. You tell me breathe, and I breathe. I tell you touch, and you touch.
Thank you so much. That was a very moving piece from our very own Muki La Cuesta. Well, our next reader is none other than the Charge d'Affaires ad interim of Poland. He will read a piece written by one of Poland's most famous poets, Julian Tuwim. Please welcome Mr. Jarosław Eskepankiewicz.
Hello, everybody. I am Jarosław Szczepankiewicz. I am Charge d'Affaires of the Polish Embassy in Manila. I would like to read you today a poem of the Julian Tuwim, Wspomnienie, Remembrance. The poem is a story of a school autumn love, which is always full of romance and grace, especially in memories. Almost everyone has the memory of first love. Each of us reads a poem and does not see the face of the poet or his girlfriend, but our own face and girlfriend or boyfriend. Julian Tuwim, wspomnienie. Mimozami jesień się zaczyna, złotawa, krucha i miła. To ty jesteś ta dziewczyna, która do mnie na ulicę wychodziła. Od twoich listów pachniało w sieni, gdym wracał zdyszany ze szkoły, a po ulicach w lekkiej jesieni fruwały za mną jasne anioły. Mimozami zwiędłość przypomina, nieśmiertelnik żółty, październik. To ty, moja jedyna, przychodziłaś wieczorem do cukierni. Z przemodlenia senny, w parku płakałem szeptanymi słowy. Młodzik z chmurek prześwitywał jesienny, od mimozy złotej majowy. Ach, czułymi, przemiłymi snami zasypiałem z nim gasnącym o poranku, w snach dawnymi bawiąc się wiosnami, jak ta złotą, jak tą wonną wiązanką.
That was Mr. Yaroslav Eskepankiewicz with The Remembrance. That was a beautiful poem from Julian Tuwim of Poland. I mean, it's beautiful to hear words spoken in Polish. Even if we may not understand the language, we can feel all of the emotions. I just want to read a few of the comments that are live streaming here. Thank you so much for joining us. We are more than 100 live viewers right now. Lots of love from Roots and Wings Online Magazine. Thank you for joining our stream. And I love this comment from Madette Santos Young saying poetry is so important because it helps us understand and appreciate the world around us. It is, eternal and ephemeral. So let's move on with the program. We still have a couple of beautiful poems. And in fact, mula sa Poland, balik naman tayo sa sariling atin. Ang sunod nating makata ay si Kid Orit. Siya ay mula sa Lira. Ang kanyang babasahin ay isang orihinal na komposisyon na pinamagatang Summer in Isolation.
Hi, my name is Kid Orit and I am the Public Relations Officer of Linangan sa Imahen ni Torika at Anyo or Lira, and currently also the President of Cavite Young Writers Association. So I wrote a short poem of hope, especially for those who needs it the most right now in our situation. And personally, I dedicate this piece for my partner Criselda. And the title of this poem is A Summer in Isolation. A Summer in Isolation. It was when the streets were deserted that we noticed the smallest things that went past our periphery or chose to ignore. Vagrants scouring through piles of scrap for leftovers and recyclables. The amount of trash a street sweeper collects, a body of grime clutching on whatever was left of its sanity. Mouths relied daily on what the hands could bring, and freedom to move where we pleased now detained, reminding us of heart chambers yearning for kindness and dignity we could not bear to keep ourselves locked up in our own houses. Plague hovers through cities cleared of haze, longing for a mere touch, and everyone is suspect. No one is spared from fear. In ancient times, people believed that eclipses spelled doom. A corona is death blooming over everything that bleeding moon needs sacrifice. The world as we know it always ends the moment we sleep. I dreamt I was flying a kite in my small backyard. It was the summer I caught chicken pox. I was so desperate to play with friends that I kept tugging and tugging the strings to catch the wind, letting my kite soar past our walls to reach that place where diamonds hide in the summer sky, gathered like the marks on my skin, a beacon for others to see that I am still with them, and soon it will be over. Thank you very much. Take care, stay healthy, and you can go through this and survive this. Thank you.
That was very moving indeed. I had to pause. It's very moving. It's so hard to host this and actually absorb all of these words at the same time. I mean, I hope we can of course share this stream and rewatch all of this poetry, because it's very important to hear the words, lalo na galing sa sariling atin. Maraming salamat, Carl Orit, para sa original mong tula, which is really about this pandemic and about being isolated, and yet being able to emerge from the fear. Now, moving on to our next piece, on y va à la France. Notre prochaine lectrice, c'est l'Education Attachée de l'ambassade de la France ici à Manille, une amie proche aussi de mienne. Elle va lire un poème écrit de Paul Éluard, traduit de Martine Macalintal. Un grand bienvenue à la Madame Emma Briffaut avec le poème Liberté.
Hello, I am Emma Briffaut, the Attaché for Higher Education and Linguistics at the French Embassy in the Philippines. I am here today to read you a poem by Paul Éluard called Liberté, Freedom. Paul Éluard was born on December 14, 1895, in Saint-Denis, north of Paris. His life and works were mostly inspired by two things: the women in his life and the two world wars. His first wife, Gala, brought him to the Dada, then to the Surrealist movement, but unfortunately she left him for Salvador Dali. His second wife was nicknamed Nush. She was a model for the Surrealist painters. He joined the Communist Party in France to take position against fascism. At this time, he published two collections of poems, Capitale de la Douleur, Capital of Pain, 1926, and L'amour, la poésie, Love, Poetry, 1929. He traveled in many countries under fascist regimes. He joined Pablo Picasso in the insurgency against Franco. He was then mobilized in September 1939 and stayed in Paris under German occupation. He joined the resistance, and that is how Liberté, the poem I'm going to read to you today, was parachuted as flyers all over occupied France by English airplanes. And that is how it goes. Liberté by Paul Éluard, 1942. Sur mes cahiers d'écolier, sur mon pupitre et les arbres, sur le sable, sur la neige, j'écris ton nom. Sur toutes les pages lues, sur toutes les pages blanches, pierre, sang, papier ou cendre, j'écris ton nom. Sur les images dorées, sur les armes des guerriers, sur la couronne des rois, j'écris ton nom. Sur la jungle et le désert, sur les nids, sur les genêts, sur l'écho de mon enfance, j'écris ton nom. Sur les merveilles des nuits, sur le pain blanc des journées, sur les saisons fiancées, j'écris ton nom. Sur tous mes chiffons d'azur, sur l'étang soleil moisi, sur le lac lune vivante, j'écris ton nom. Sur les champs sur l'horizon, sur les ailes des oiseaux et sur le moulin des ombres, j'écris ton nom. Sur chaque bouffée d'aurore, sur la mer, sur les bateaux, sur la montagne des menthes, j'écris ton nom. Sur la mousse des nuages, sur les sueurs de l'orage, sur la pluie épaisse et fade, j'écris ton nom. Sur les formes scintillantes, sur les cloches des couleurs, sur la vérité physique, j'écris ton nom. Sur les sentiers éveillés, sur les routes déployées, sur les places qui débordent, j'écris ton nom. Sur la lampe qui s'allume, sur la lampe qui s'éteint, sur mes maisons réunies, j'écris ton nom. Sur le fruit coupé en deux, du miroir et de ma chambre, Sur mon lit, coquille vide, j'écris ton nom. Sur mon chien gourmand et tendre, sur ses oreilles dressées, sur sa patte maladroite, j'écris ton nom. Sur le tremplin de ma porte, sur les objets familiers, sur le flot du feu béni, j'écris ton nom. Sur toute chair accordée, sur le front de mes amis, sur chaque main qui se tend, j'écris ton nom. Sur la vitre des surprises, sur les lèvres attentives, bien au-dessus du silence, j'écris ton nom. Sur mes refuges détruits, sur mes phares écroulés, sur les murs de mon ennui, j'écris ton nom. Sur l'absence sans désir, sur la solitude nue, sur les marches de la mort, j'écris ton nom. Sur la santé revenue, sur le risque disparu, sur l'espoir sans souvenir, j'écris ton nom. Et par le pouvoir d'un mot, je recommence ma vie. Je suis née pour te connaître, pour te nommer. Liberté.
C'était très fort. Emma a bien choisi aussi cette poème-là. Je dois faire un repassage après. Merci beaucoup à ce chapeau. C'était Emma Briffaut avec la poème Liberté de Paul Eluard. At this point, let's take a little break and let's see some of the reactions from our viewers. Just a quick hello to everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on a Saturday evening. I think it's a beautiful time to just sit down and reflect and listen to such beautiful words. We've been caught up in this very difficult period where the normalcy has been taken away from us, but still there are words that have lasted through the test of time and are definitely helping us cope with these times. I just want to read some beautiful words you guys have written to us. Another one from Miss Madet Santos. Leong, poetry can affect all generations and make people consider anything from love to loss. Indeed, poetry does what little else can. It can inspire. And I hope all of us are going to be inspired tonight. Loving it so far. Thank you. I'm loving it as well. I just want to share that this is also the first time I'm actually hearing all of this poetry. I had the list of poems, but it's just the first time that it's really, penetrating my thoughts right now. This one from Cesar Joshua Obligado. Poetry destroys barriers and unites people so that we are reminded that we are citizens not of any particular country, but of the world. And what better time to unite than now? That's probably one of the things that this pandemic has brought out. Finally, unity, as you mentioned, and in one way or another, we stand united, especially when we use something like poetry that touches everybody. And Miss Teresa Leong, the power of words through poetry, really powerful. The pen mightier than the sword. The written word, always something that gives us strength. And some people here watching all the way from Laguna State Polytechnic University. Thank you so much, from all the different countries that we are featuring here. Another thing that we want to highlight is that these people are here in the Philippines, in our country, fostering our ties with the European Union and enriching our culture with theirs as we enrich their culture with ours. So keep those comments coming. Enjoying all of this. Jerome Allen Lorico just says, on the walls of my bedroom, I write your name. What a beautiful, quote that he's written there. And from Luisa Kagalingan, poetry soothes a troubled, tired mind. What strong words. Thank you so much. So we have a little game, as I promised. We are going to be giving away some items. Those items are going to be a surprise, but rest assured they are going to be exciting. All you need to do, is post your answers in the comment section. I am literally reading all your live comments right now in my StreamYard chat, and I'm going to be picking the first one who answers. Are we ready? Okay. It's a very easy question. What is the title of Dr. Jose Rizal's final poem? Okay. Waiting for your comments here, guys. We also just heard it. What is the title of Jose Rizal's last poem? See if you guys can get it. Okay, I have two answers here, but the first one was from Miss Kimberly Cassandra Cabacang, Mi Ultimo Adios. As I had mentioned earlier, Mi Ultimo Adios was written in Spanish and has been translated into more than 40 languages. Maganda rin yung sabi ni Miss Adelma Salvador. She's actually saying it in Filipino, Huling Paalam. Yan po ang titulo sa Filipino, even if sinulat po siya in Spanish. So congratulations, ma'am, and please stay on the stream. We will be getting your contact details. Now, we actually still have a second set of poetry. To give us a little break, here is a special number from a Filipina soprano. She has earned praises for her portrayal of Sisa in the 2017 production of Noli Me Tangere at the Cultural Center of the Philippines. She's also a chorister, having sung with the Philippine Madrigal Singers and the Ateneo Chamber Singers, here to perform Visa di Arte from the second act of Giacomo Puccini's Tosca. Please welcome Miss Mary Louise Alcantara. Bellissima, impressionante. Grazie tante. Questa era Miss Mary Louise Alcantara singing Tosca, one of my favorite operas. It's just also a beautiful form of poetry. Allora, rimaniamo in our second set. Alla mia Italia, come tanti di voi, I also have 2 citizenships and 2 homes. Actually, 3 if I consider France as well my home. But I'm Filipina, but I'm also Italian. Quindi questa volta sentiamo dal capo o dal general manager of the Philippine Italian Association qui per dare una nuova vita alla canta La Gioia, oppure Sing the Joy dell'amato Gabriele Di Annunzio Un gran benvenuto al signor Alessandro Milani.
Canta la gioia, Gabriele D'Annunzio, 1896. Canta la gioia. Io voglio cingerti di tutti i fiori, perché tu celebri la gioia, la gioia, la gioia, questa magnifica donatrice. Canta l'immensa gioia di vivere, d'essere forte, d'essere giovine, di mordere i frutti terrestri con saldi e bianchi denti voraci, di porre le mani audaci e cupide su ogni dolce cosa tangibile, di tender l'arco su ogni preda novella che il desio miri, di ascoltar tutte le musiche, di guardar con occhi fiammei il volto divino del mondo, come l'amante guarda l'amata, e di ascoltare ogni fuggevole forma, ogni segno vago, ogni immagine vanente, ogni grazia caduca, ogni apparenza nell'ora breve. Canta la gioia, lungi dall'anima nostra il dolore, veste cinerea.
Che bella, mi fa piangere. Grazie tante Alessandro per questa bella opera, veramente adatta a questa situazione di oggi, anche se è un periodo abbastanza duro, c'è ancora tante cose che ci danno una felicità in questo mondo, che ci portano gioia, siamo ancora beati, per esempio, poter ancora festeggiare in questo modo tutti insieme, anche se sia online. Questo è un messaggio sulla gioia della vita, la dolcezza della vita italiana, e si dice la dolce vita. Now, moving on to our next reader, who is a political advisor for the Embassy of the Czech Republic, here to read a translation of Jan Kresadlo's poem by the National Artist for Literature, Virgilio Almario. Please welcome Ms. Amiel Diaz with her interpretation of Awit ng Pag-ibig.
This Czech poem has been translated from the English version by none other than the National Artist for Literature, Mr. Virgilio Almario. Awit ng Pag-ibig ni Jan Kresadlo. Gumagapang sa ubas ang buwang parang target. Dambuhala at kulay pulot, nakatungo sa mga bubong. Saka naman ako lalabas, suot ang pusikit bughaw ng gabi. May dadapong mariposa sa aking Amerikana. Malayong hiyas ng tala, tamis ng samyo, ng hangin sa parang. Magbukas ka, sinta. Ulila akong naghihintay. Masdan ang hamog sa aking buhok.
From Czech into Filipino. What a beautiful transition, and maraming salamat Miss Amiel Diaz, the very young Amiel Diaz. Ang ganda lang na kahit anong wika pang gamitin pagdating sa pag-ibig, guys, lumalabas ang ganda ng mga salita, hindi ba ito? Totoo. Para naman sa ating susunod, miyembro din siya ng Lira. So maraming salamat din sa Lira for, supporting this initiative and also giving light and a voice and a face as well to people that are creating this beautiful culture of poetry, to read his own original piece called Mapa ng Pagsibol. Please welcome Mr. Ralph Fonte.
Ako po si Ralph Fonte, isang Makata, at nasaan man kayo, sana ligtas kayo at ang mga mahal niyo sa buhay. Ito ang tula kong pinamagatang Mapa ng Pagsibol. At pagkatapos ng mga bangkay ay pagsibol, sapagkat matabang lupa ang lahat ng katawan, na inuka ng ubo at ginapas ng punglo at nagdagta ng dahak at dugo. Sa mga madlang puntod, nagiging mga paso ang mga basag na bungo. Ang pagkaagnas ay isa lamang uri ng paghinga. Muli, lumulukso na sa mga lansangan ng mga usa at umaawit ng harana ang mga tandayag sa laot at hitik sa siyap ng mga inakay ang mga puno at bubong, habang lumalago ang mga kagaw sa nanang nagnanaknak sa baga at sa humpak na tadyang ng mga tore ng lungsod. Ang pag-ut-ut ng amag sa utak, pamimilipit ng kimpal ng uod, pananalasa ng mga bangaw at ng libo nilang mata. Panonoorin nila tayong mga matay at magpipiging ang marami nilang kamay sa mga labi nating nangaagnas. Magwawakas din ang lahat ng ito. Lumalatag na ang mga linok sa mga patay na kahapon. Kawad ng kuryente, impis na gulong, mga palengke, teleponong basag, walang hanggang palanguyan, tarangkahan ng binakurang nayon, mga tahanan. Pagtila ng ulan, uupo sa hagibisan ng isang salinlahi na mga palaka at mga ngapal ng hangin sa kantikong uugong. Sa lupang pinagpikitan ng walang bilang na bayan, may sisibol na sako ni Judas, dambuhala, at kumukulo sa gutom ng mga dahon nitong banga. Kaya lululunin ng kanyang mga bibig ang bawat lalapit na daga, lamok, langaw, at sari-saring kulisap at malulusaw sa sikmura ang mga Panginoong bangaw at pagkatapos ng kanilang mga bangkay ay mamumulaklak ng araw.
Wala akong masabi. Nakakaiyak. That was beautiful. I think that was my favorite so far, and an original one at that, Mapa ng Pagsibol. Maraming salamat, Mr. Ralph Fonte. I would like to request our organizers to also, put subtitles here, because this was a very beautiful original poem, and I think it needs to be shared outside of the country, especially to our EU delegation as well. It's a beautiful, beautiful poem, guys. Okay, moving on. Sa mabigat na poem na yon, nos vamos a continuar de nuevo en español. Tenemos el director del Instituto Cervantes de Manila. Él va a leer una obra de Julio Martínez de Sanza con el título Remedio Amoris 1, con una traducción por Daisy López y Javier Galván. Una gran bienvenida al señor Javier Galván.
Mabuhay, hello, greetings from Instituto Cervantes de Manila. I'm going to read the poem Remedia Amoris 1 from the book Europe, by Julio Martínez Mesanza. Amigos, el amor me perjudica. No permitáis que caiga nuevamente. Podemos emprender una campaña o el estudio de textos olvidados, algo que me mantenga distraído. No me habléis de la dulce voz de aquella, ni del hermoso talle de esa otra. Quemad todo retrato, ensordecedme. Poned sus armas en mis propias manos. Si sé el secreto, su poder se extingue. Ellas son incapaces de detenerme.
Muchas gracias, Javier. Matatawag natin na tago sa puso na tula in Spanish. You know, Spanish is very, very close to our hearts. So it was an official language until the 70s, and we still have a lot of our works in original Spanish. So it's very important to keep this language and tradition alive here in the Philippines. Now we still have a couple left. I'm very sad to close the program very soon because it's very, very beautiful. Now our next reader is none other than the ambassador of Hungary, who will be reading one of the most celebrated contemporary Hungarian poets, Váci Mihaly. To read Meg Nem Elég, or Not Yet Enough, let's please welcome His Excellency Ambassador József Benkze.
Még nem elég. Váci Mihály verse. Nem elég megborzongni, de lelkesedni kell. Nem elég fellobogni, de mindig égni kell. És nem elég csak égni, fagyot is bírjon el, ki acél akar lenni, suhogni élivel. Nem elég álmodozni, egy nagy-nagy álom kell. Nem elég megérezni, de felismerni kell. Nem elég sejteni, hogy milyenkor jön el, jövőnket tudni kell. Nem elég a célt látni, járható útja kell. Nem elég útra kelni, az úton menni kell. Egyedül is, elsőnek, elölindulni el. Nem elég elindulni, de mást is hívni kell. Csak azt hívjon magával, aki vezetni mer. Nem elég jóra vágyni, ha jót akarni kell. És nem elég akarni, de tenni kell. A jó szándék kevés, több kell. Az értelem. Mit ér a hűvös ész? Több kell. Az érzelem. Ám nem csak holmi érzés, de sebés szenvedély. Keresni, hogy miért élj, szeress, szenvedj, remélj. Nem elég a világért, több kell. A nemzetért. Nem elég a hazáért, több kell most, népedért. Nem elég igazságért, küzdj azok igazáért, kiké a szabadság rég, csak nem látják még, hogy nem elég. Még nem elég.
Beautiful. Not yet enough. Meg nem elég. That was, of course, my first time to really listen to Hungarian and in a poetic form as well. We're very lucky. Thank you very much for reading that piece. That was, of course, Ambassador Benkze. That was a moving and stirring poem. And guys, are we ready for our grand finale? We have the associate editor of Philippines Graphic Magazine and also a Palanca awardee for poetry. Siya rin ang nagsulat ng best-selling novel na How to Tame Your Tikbalang Without Even Trying. Let's all enjoy Pandemic Love from Miss Alma Anonas Carpio.
Pandemic love. Make your eyes smile for me. Above that mask so tight against the sharp edge of your cheekbones. Nod so I know you see me from the social distance meant to keep us safe. Bat your eyelashes at me, and I won't mistake it for dust in your eye if you hold back your tears of fright. I'd hold your hand, but I might kill you. I'd kiss you, but kisses are death now. Let me love you from a distance until this enemy keeping us isolated dies in the heat of the streets, outside the confines of our heart's blood. Hold on, survive until the masks come off and we can again share the sweetest air.
Hold on and survive until the masks come off. Maraming salamat, Miss Alma Anonas Carpio, I just want to know your opinion, guys, especially on that poem, Pandemic Love. And please write your comments here. I'm going to be reading some of this. Can we ever really find love during this pandemic? May puwang pa bang pag-ibig sa panahong ito? Sino ang nakatagpo ng pag-ibig sa panahong ito? Let me know in the comments, and I would like to read your opinion on that, because this is a very difficult time, pero merong pa ring chance ng pag-ibig. Let us know. Especially, just want to thank not just our dear poets, dead or alive, some original, some borrowed, some translated into different languages, from European languages, Slavic languages, the Latin letters, towards our own Filipino language. Ang ganda ring pakinggan ng ating sariling language, di ba? Na hindi ko maakalain na ganun ako ma-affect. So I'd really just like to thank our dear poets for taking their time and talents, our readers for bringing it back to life, for making us sit back for 1 hour and just listen to this and stop in the midst of all of these difficult times and just listen to the beautiful words, reassuring us that life is beautiful. So thank you so much, guys, everyone who has participated. I've seen around 150 live views. I'm sure we will be watching this over and over. I would like to watch it personally again. And thank you. This has been the first ever Bersong EuroPinoy online edition, as was mentioned earlier. This is our 7th edition, but it's our first time to try it online. We usually have, a community of people celebrating this Europe Day, which was earlier in May. And this is a big deal for us to still be able to come together and celebrate the Union, the European Union, but also its values and how it helps us in the Philippines as well, and also educates us in terms of culture and arts. So thank you so much also to Lira, that is of course the Linangan sa Imahen, Retorika at Anyo. You have contributed verses that are just enormous, and these have the power to nurture not just our minds, but our souls, our hearts, which definitely need nurturing. So we need to use this power to unify us. I think the reason why we came up with this, virtual poetry reading is to help us fall in love again during this pandemic, to make us better human beings, to stop the negativity. The European Union itself, just by the word union, was created in the spirit of peace and solidarity. So we have this advocacy to continue those values on. We celebrate the union of different countries, of different nations with a common purpose. We celebrate freedom, we celebrate liberty. So mabuhay ang Pilipinas and Viva Europa. So I just want to read a little bit of comments there. Thank you, poets, for sharing. Congratulations, guys. Maraming salamat. Pag-ibig na walang quarantine pass. Mga pasaway na nag-iibigan pa rin. Ano pa po? Enjoyed the poetry reading. I'll miss it so much when it's over. We will listen to it again. I will be definitely listening to this again. So guys, this concludes Bersong EuroPinoy 2020. For our trivia game winner, someone from our end will be getting in touch with you on how you can pick up your prize. And also, this does not conclude our events. This is just one of the many events, online, virtual, but as you can see, united. There will be more events for Viva Europa 2020. For example, next Friday and Saturday, do join us. We have our Lakbayin natin ang EU, as well as our Ode to the Stars and to the Moon. So ako po si Danny Laurel. Thank you so much on behalf of the European Union delegation to the Philippines and on behalf of the entire EU family. Merci beaucoup, grazie tante, muchísimas gracias. Thank you so much at maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Have a wonderful evening ahead.